Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Night 5 of the Worcester Premier League. My name is Stephen Martinez. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We have some wonderful matches in store for you guys tonight. In the left-hand side of the bracket, we have Rudge taking on Roberto Santos, and on the streaming board, the primary streaming board, we'll have Sargent taking on Soldo. On the right-hand side of the bracket, Curtin taking on Ricard. Tom, he has 2 weeks of phenomenal performances fired in. I mean, is anybody going to stop this guy? It looks like the only two people that have been, come close to stopping Tom have been, all on that side of the bracket. So whoever advances, it's going to be a doozy. We'll see who actually makes it through to the finals. But the last match that we have in the quarterfinals is going to be Burke taking on Carignan. Here are the standings after, last week. Tom sitting 18 points. He is well clear of Joe in second place, 9 points above with 3 night wins, 11 match wins total, and a leg differential of 39. Unbelievable, the darts that we've been seeing from Tom Curtin, but there is quite a race in the midfield. Ricard being chased down by Carignan with 8 points, only 1 point behind him. 1 point behind Mike, 8 and 7 right there, and Nick and Berto rounding out the bottom of the midfield there, and Justin and Mark looking to, get some points on their season here. They'll be looking to do that tonight, but we have a lot up in the air tonight. We'll see who is actually going to put some points on the board, who's going to challenge Tom. Is anybody going to challenge Tom? That's what we're going to try and find out. And again, speaking of the man himself, Tom Curtin, another solid week of amazing darts, another week of 2-0 performances all the way through. As you can see right here, 2-0 versus Rudge, 2-0 versus Sargent, and the 2-0s don't really tell the story, don't they? These games were a lot closer. Tom, as phenomenal as he has been playing, it has come close, and you feel that the players, if they're getting the chance to play against someone of the caliber of Tom, they're going to pick up a trick or two. They're going to put the extra hours in on the practice board, and they are going to be gunning for this man's spot, looking to pick up a night win for themselves. Here's the primary board. Looks like we're having a little bit of technical issues there with the camera setup. Not sure what's going on there. I'll try and get that fixed for you guys. Secondary board, Tom and Joe will be playing there. But on the primary board, we'll be having Rick, Nick, and Ron. Just a few moments. So I try and figure out exactly what's going on here with the camera setup. There we go. I found it. Looks like it's a little compressed. There we go. Doing live technical things on the fly here. We'll get it figured out in just a second. Again, apologies, folks. We are doing things by the seat of our pants here at the Worcester Premier League. Might have to call in the experts. Before we get the match going, I'm going to send it right back to music, right back to commercial, and we'll be right back. You guys are actually going to see one of the new toys that we have in here. There's that. We'll get this going in just a sec. All right, see you guys very shortly. Alrighty, we are back. Sorry for that, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for, well, sticking with us. Had a little bit of unexpected technical problems, but we've got everything sorted out. As promised, our first match for the night is going to be Ron Sargent, the Dreamboat, taking on the Sure Shot, Nick Soldo. Both these guys had a good time this past weekend at the Massachusetts Dart Association 37th Annual Chris Laszlaki Darts Tournament. Both these guys looking to get things going on the bull here. Looks like they're going a couple rounds deep. But yeah, both these guys had a great time at the tournament. Know for a fact that Ron and Joe played together. I think they came in third or fourth in men's doubles cricket. Congrats, guys. Nick putting in a solid performance with his partner, Paul Pilch. And quick moment before we get things going here. I know a lot of these guys were friends with Laz, and while I didn't know you personally, Laz, I know the tournament was this past weekend. We all miss you. We all hope that you're resting easy, brother. Take care up there. All righty, getting into the match here. 26 started from Ron Sargent, 80 fired in by Nick. So Nick off to a little bit of a flyer of a start here. We'll need this as Ron. Well, he doesn't wait around for too long. The Dreamboat, once he gets fueled up, likes to get going. There's more of what we're accustomed to from Ron Sargent. Nick doing very well to find it. Good second, but a couple of haywire darts, first and third. Going all over, up and down, side to side on that 20 bed. And Ron, steady as always. Again, he's solid shot. Looks like only 45. Looks like one of the darts was in the 5 segment there. Nick trying to put all 3 and put some pressure on. Unfortunate there with that second. Only 40 punched in from Nick. For those who don't know, Nick is actually throwing one of the lighter darts out of all the guys here. Pretty sure he's throwing either 18s. Might be throwing 20s, but for the longest time, he was actually throwing 16-gram converted soft tip darts. So his darts go in quite nice when he's on it. Fortunately, this is a little bit of a commentator's curse right here. Of course it is. 7 fired in, huge darts from Nick Soldo. Don't worry, Nick, we've all been there. And he'll be very happy to get that 7 out of the way in the first leg of his match versus Ron Sargent. But yeah, the discussion between light darts and heavy darts, it really comes down to preference, just like everything else in darts. But he makes those soft tip darts when he's on. He makes those things look good. Again, unlucky on that second dart, just not finding it. He'll do well to keep a cool head, mentally reset. Again, still a long way to go. We've just got things going here. Ron's not really doing too much to push the ball forward, keeping well within range of Nick. Again, unlucky. Third time unlucky on that dart. But Nick staying in there, staying within the race. A big visit here would put some serious pressure on Ron if he doesn't set himself up very nicely here. We'll see. Solid triple. Big 54 there at the end for a 94. Nick needing something big if he's going to stay in the race in this leg. Only 21 with that first. Just low on the second. And another single 19 for the third. 59 scored. Not even going to put him within range. No 170. Can only set up if Ron allows him the chance. We'll see what he can do. 60 left. Just high on that second. Need stops. And he can't find it. He sneaks his way into the double 5 bed. So 30, a little bit of an awkward 30 left over for Ron Sargent. The Sure Shot looking to shore up a nice out. We'll need to hit big here. Looks like 2 triple 5s. And again, that third dart, third time unlucky, just no favors. But again, Nick, still a long way to go here. Ron electing to go 10, double 10. And he finds it with the second clinical take. A little bit of a messy way to get there, but Ron Doing very well to punch out and not let Nick even have the chance to sneak his way into that leg. Nick, a little bit of a sloppy leg to start, but again, he's going to be defending his throw, so the good darts will have to come out here. Solid 85 punched in. And for those curious what I mean about defending your throw, that's what they do when they bull off to start. So when you go first in a darts leg, theoretically, you will have the first look at an out. So by defending your throw, you're going to have that first chance to punch out. Doesn't always happen. Depends on your skill level. But for these guys, defensive throw is very much a real thing. And Nick doing a solid job to keep this train going. 100 punched in, big visit. Ron's going to have to keep the pressure on if he wants to keep this chase on. Looking for that triple. He does very well to find it. Wow. Threads that right between those first two darts. 100 punched in, leaving himself 320 to Nick's 316. Nick needs to keep the pace up. Just shy to the right. Just shy to the left. And only a single 20 with that third dart. Ron finding it immediately. Looks like only 84 punched in. So Ron leapfrogging Nick a little bit here, but still well within range for Nick. Needs to find another. Looks like a little bit of a deflection on the flight there, pushing it into the 5, but 85, not a bad visit. Again, takes the lead just barely. Takes it back from Ron Sargent, but wow. And he finds the 2. Big 140 punched in by Ron Sargent. Commanding take of the lead there. And Nick needs to follow with something big of his own. Unfortunate first. Needs to find a triple to salvage this. Can't find it. Shake of the head. Frustration from Nick Soldo. And Ron, 3 darts at 96. Will have at least 3 more. Will he need it? Looking at 2 18s. And he finds it. Clinical take. Ron running down, breaking Nick's throw. Things started off so well for Nick, but he just couldn't keep up with Ron. And Ron, 1 leg away from taking the opening set here in week 5. No triples for the Dreamboat. Not the dream start that he would have been looking for. And Nick, a big opportunity to maybe punch back. Find his way back into this opening set. He'll have to start now. And that third dart, just going a little too high. That dart right on top of the triple bed would have been a good guide, but just went over it. Ron off to a little bit of a slower start here, so Nick will, well, he'll be thinking to himself that this is an opportunity if he can just find a triple. It'd be well worth its weight in gold if he can find one, not the one that he was looking for. And no triple 19 on the switch either. Little unlucky there, but he has the right idea. Ron just, wow, he'll need one more. Ron just barging his way in with the solid 180. Huge visit. Right when he was getting off to a slow start, he just blows the doors open. And really runs away from Nick. Nick just unlucky, not able to find a triple. And again, the frustration starting to mount up for the sure shot. Ron just looking to do more of the same, really. Looks like it might be a unfortunate return to form for Ron here. Can't follow the 180 up with anything big, but again, no pressure sitting at 156 compared to Nick's 385. And again, the switch is just not doing Nick any favors. Acting more as a hindrance. Again, sometimes that's just the way that darts goes. Ron, no finish, but 80 fired in. Wanted to keep it straight to leave himself at least 56 or maybe even 16, but 71 left. Still plenty of time, still miles ahead of Nick. And Nick probably already thinking about the next set, what he can do to correct, find more of those in the next set. Big 140, solid darts. A little bit of a tap on the shoulder for Ron, saying that, well, hey, if you spend too much time on this 71, I could be knocking on your door, but 39 scored. Ron doing a little bit of math. Gonna have to go to the tablet. He has 32 left, so he knows what he's doing. Had to be sure, looking at double 16. And he just pulls it inside. Ron with 2 clinical takes back to back, but this time it's a no-go, and Nick might be smelling something of a comeback here if he can find a triple, and that's 2 triple ones stacked on top of each other. So unlucky. Tried to move it over to the 18s, but unfortunately couldn't find that either. Again, Ron looking at 2 8s. Pulls it inside again, a little bit of a chuckle, but it's a nervous chuckle. He can't find the outside of the double 4 either. Ron, it's going to have at least 3 more darts at it, but... no, 6 more darts, excuse me. But Nick not really doing much to pressure. Again, he's finding the 1 segment. Yeah, he's going to have to take a little bit of a breath here. He's going to have to collect himself. Does well to find that 20, and sometimes you just have those legs where nothing comes easy. And Ron taking the first set. Nick not playing bad, more or less unlucky darts than anything else, but we'd love to see more of that from the sure shot. Again, sneaking his way into the 1s. After such a good first dart, he'll do well to have to try and keep calm and find his rhythm, find his pace. He's not setting a bad standard for himself. He just has to find that consistency, find the smoothness in his arm. Ron punching in an 85. Challenging Nick from the get-go here, and Nick just needs to keep it straight. Keep that rhythm. Going the other way this time, but 85, not bad. Keeping the lead well in front of Ron. This will be Nick's set to defend. Ron just finding the triple bet again and again. No ton 40, but a ton is punched in from the Dreamboat. Is he getting now those engines going? Is he starting to feel a little wind in his sails? And Nick is going to do everything to try and sink that boat. Needs to keep it straight, and he does. Solid 60. Ron trying to find a triple, keep himself in front, can't find it, only 45. It's going to nudge him in front, but it's not going to be the sort of leap that he would have wanted. Nick eyeballing a big jump here. Finds the big 140, big visit from the sure shot. And that's the type of darts that, well, we're used to seeing from Nick. Many of us play against him all the time. We're more or less used to having him throw those darts against us. Nick working with 154. Will do well to leave himself 54 if he can find it again. Pushing a little too hard for that triple 20, finding its way into the trip 1. Ron, no finish on 171. What can he do to knock this down? Might switch to the 17s to get rid of that. Yeah, that's exactly what he was trying to do, but unlucky switch. Right there in the corner on the wrong side of the wire. Hits that triple 2 instead. Nick working from 111. Again, unlucky. Elected to stay there, but no triple found. And Ron, was he going to go bull first with the 125? He does find that single bull, so he has 100 left. Needs the triple 20. Oh, hits the 5. A little bit of a laugh. A little bit of a chuckle. He knows what he did. He had it teed up. We'll have to correct now. And again, this is where the real game of darts lies. Making those final corrections. The ability to correct your score and leave yourself something good. Nick working with 70. We'll need another single 15. Finds it. One dart at tops. And just low again. He felt like he had it. A little bit of trickery on the eyes there. He might have felt that he had clinched that. Ron, 76 left. 56 remaining. Single 16. Finds it. He'll have one dart at tops as well. And again, just low. So Nick is going to be able to come back to the line here to get himself going in this quarterfinal match. Can Nick find 2 10s? Going up to the 5s. And he finds it with the second. A little bit of a sigh of relief from Nick Soldo. Solid visit. Ron getting a little sloppy with his outs there, but Nick taking advantage of those slips from Ron. We have a game on our hands all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen. Ron will feel no pressure as he already has that one set advantage, but he might be a little shaken. Only 45 getting off the line. Nick with a big opportunity here to take advantage of that slow start from Ron. Looks like only 100 punched in. It is. And Ron's going to have to find something here if he wants to keep even with Nick, but that's not going to be the dart to do it. Finds the triple 20. Looks like he might have been trying to go to the trip 18s there. That was a slip. That was really close. Again, great 93 visit from Ron Sargent. Dreamboat is nowhere close to being sunk. Nick just trying to keep steady. Coming off of a rather unlucky first set. Just needs to keep consistent. No triple. Looks like it clattered against his flights there. As I was saying, darts is very much a game about correcting mistakes, and there's two distinct phases of any darts match. There's the scoring phase where you just want to hammer as many big triples as you can, but the real mental strength in the real game comes down to, well, when you're underneath 201, so many things can go wrong, and so many ways your mind can really start to drift and wander. The darts that you're trying to fire in just don't go, but Ron will be looking for more of those darts. Just low, no 180. And again, goes for that 18 switch, 98. Not a bad find. Nick, over 100 points down, but needs to find a triple and just can't find the big triple when he needs it, unfortunately, here. A little bit of breathing space, but Ron is defending his throw, so Nick, again, he might be frustrated, but he should know that if you are going to lose a leg of darts, you want to do it on the other guy's throw. And he does have advantage for this set. Ron had an out of 160. Nick working with 276. We'll have to find at least 2 big triples here. Again, he's squeaking those darts into the ones. Can't find the trip 20 to at least provide some positive reinforcement there, but Ron, no pressure on the 160. Would love to hit a triple 20. Can't find it, but he leaves himself 100, averaging just over 70 here. Nick averaging just around the 55 mark. Capable of playing a lot stronger darts than that. We'll have to see if he can just find that rhythm that we're new. Well, you can do everything that you can in your own mind, and you can will those darts to go in, but sometimes they just don't want to cooperate, and that drop dart is very unfortunate for the sure shot. 80 left, 60 left, so no out for Ron, but just one more solid 20. Leaves himself with the 40. Again, under no pressure, is going to have at least 6 darts at it. Nick just trying to find something here. Put some pressure on Ron. Finds the bull. Great last dart to score some big points, leaving himself 135. But Ron needs to find tops. And he finds it with the third. Walked those darts all the way in. And he is now tied 1-1 in this second set, but Nick, again, losing that leg on Ron's throw, so he will be defending this time, but that is not the start that you want to get off to on your own throw. Does well to find the single 19 on the switch, but No big darts, leaves the door wide open for Ron. And Ron, we know how big of a scorer he can be. He'll be chomping at the bit. Licking his lips for that big visit, and he finds the big 100. Solid dart, solid start. And Nick under immediate pressure here to get things going. That is the type of response that we want to see. There's two. Will we see it? Unlucky. 1-2-1 punched in, so a great visit from Nick Soldo, but would have loved to fill it up. Just a little bit of a... Sometimes we all need a little bit of an emotional support 180 every once in a while. Nick not far behind in this game at all. Still very much a game, but an emotional support 180, heck, I'll take that every day of the week. Again, his darts are just, might be the flights, might be the long stems that he uses, but something is just pushing those darts into the neighbor's yard. And Ron keeping things steady, keeping his dream boat on a nice course to Victoryville if he can keep pushing it in and around the triple 20 bed. Nick trying to correct. Again, nothing seeming to be working for Nick Soldo. Finds the trip 19. Great rescue of the leg there. Ron will be looking for more of those. Again, going for the 18 switch, but he can't quite find it. Solid 98 punched in, though, keeping his average right around that 70 mark. It's a good guide. Can't drop it in again. Those darts just going right around each other, not really helping them, their buddies out as they hit the board. And Ron just looking to keep things straight and steady. Good switch downstairs. Can't find that trip 19. 59 will leave him 1-2-4. Bit of a tough ask, but very capable. Very much in Ron's wheelhouse. And again, Nick just looking to salvage this leg, salvage this visit. Doing some mental math to see what he can leave. Can't find it. All that work for naught, unfortunately, is just things continuing to not go Nick's way. 104 left for the Dreamboat. Tried to go with the trip 18. Interesting choice. I wonder if he would have gone at bull there, if he would have hit it. That would have been the incorrect choice, given that Nick is not on an out. There's nothing wrong with going for style points, folks, but sometimes the style is not worth potentially losing a leg if you get stuck with 25 and can't correct. Though it is nice to hit that bullseye finish. Nick going downstairs and finding things immediately. Would love to hit another one. Just trying to go for the 133 leave. Only 81. Sorry, correction, 79. Does very well to put himself right back in the running in this leg. And 60 left for Ron. Will he give him the chance? And again, he will. So he'll have to correct with the single 15. And Nick, 114 remaining. Very much a possibility for Nick. An outside chance, but it is doable. 94 needs to find the trip 18. Just low, shake of the head. Can't find it either. That third dart might be in the ones. It's in the 20s, so 58 scored. Ron under a lot of pressure. And, well, a cool operator he is indeed. Finds it with that first, and Nick is under a tremendous amount of stress as he tries to keep his night hopes alive. Ron averaging right around that 70 mark, and Nick, 55. Nick's going to have to turn on the afterburners if he wants to try and make a game out of this. And Ron getting things going again with another 100 opener. More of those. Unlucky. The darts all in the same area. Great grouping, but two found their way into the trip ones. Again, commentator Curse, say the number. They're going to find their way in. No triples for Ron this time. Only a 41 found. Nick trying to correct by going downstairs, but the darts just not finding their way in. Ron not very far away, but not under a lot of pressure either, and he's going to be putting the pressure on to Nick, piling it on with a big 140. Solid visit. That's the type of visit that Ron would have wanted to really make some space between him and Nick. Again, that first dart just finding its way into the one segment, and the second one follows. Nick looking to the heavens, wondering, what else can I do? They're practically all right there, just about a couple millimeters to the right. Ron looking like he has it all figured out, though. Can't find the switch, only a 44 found. And Nick, it needs at least a true triple visit here to put some pressure back on the Dreamboat. And the frustration showing for Nick. Only 40 punched in, and Ron, under no pressure, will have at least 9 darts to try and set this up. That has probably got to be the most perfect bullseye that I have seen my time commentating the WPL. Nice job, Mr. Sargent, leaving himself 91 after 5 visits to the board. And Nick finding a solid 60. Again, might be a little too late, though. Ron working with 91 after that single 17. Leaving himself 74. A little bit of math here for the Dreamboat. Elects to leave himself 60, so a big 20. Does very well not to bust there. That was a little lower than he would have liked. Always a scary moment when you come close to busting. You don't necessarily want to on the dartboard. And Nick would love another one of those to make things interesting. Only 85. Ron looking for 220s, and he finds it, so he will be moving on to the semifinals of Week 5. And Nick, you got a feeling that we just didn't see everything that Nick is capable of producing. Didn't play a bad match, but the feeling that I have from watching that is it was just unlucky. Flights were pushing those darts left and right way too often. The grouping was solid, just sometimes you just have one of those games, and Ron doing very well to find the darts that he needs to get things done for him here in the first round. One of the technical things that we did manage to figure out from last week is the secondary board. So we jump in here. We have Tom Curtin and Joe Ricard. Tom, the defending weekly champ, facing off against the legend himself, Mr. Joe Ricard. Again, Joe coming off a very productive weekend. The Montechusett Winter Classic. Tom Curtin also performed very well. I believe he was actually men's singles 01 semi-finalist. So many top shots. It goes to show you the caliber of players where Tom was a semi-finalist. I also believe that he was the men's singles cricket champion. It's a shame that we don't have some cricket games here at the WPL because, well, Tom would have been able to show off some hardware. Tom looking at 220s. Just low on that second one. 210s needed. And he goes just inside, shake of the head. He can't believe it. And Joe, 54 to lock in a set of his own. Can he get it done? Finds the big 14. Needs 220s. And again, he can't find it. Opportunity lost. And Tom is going to be stepping back up to the line, realizing that this has to go here, right now. And he does find it. You ask and you shall receive. Tom delivers when he needs it the most. And Joe is going to be defending his throw, fighting for his weekly life here. The opening round of WPL Week 5. Can't find a big visit there. Only 45, and that's not the type of start that you want against Tom Curtin. How can Tom punish? Finds the triple 20. Looks like 100 fired in. Indeed it is. And Joe needs to find something. Some semblance of a big visit. Would love 2 more of those. Can't find the 135 to correct, but a 95 is a great start. Keeping pace with Tom. But Tom, we've seen this position before. He gets going once he finds that triple 20. That third one got a little away from him. 85. Found for Tom, but Joe still well within reach. Doesn't need any more of those. Wants to correct. Needs to find a triple. Only 45. Another 45, unfortunately, for Joe. Looks like both guys electing to start from 316 in some gentlemanly rules. And looks like a 180 potential here. I don't think it is. Looks like a 140. Joe will look to do the exact same thing. Can't find it. Only a 60 punched in. And Joe, well, things are starting to look a little desperate here as Tom starts to near the finish line. Accelerating his pace here as he gets closer. Looks like 2 trip 20s scored. Looks like it wasn't 2 trip 20s if he was electing to stay there. 95 punched in. I believe that's right. Joe would love to find a 180 here to keep pace. Won't do it. Well, Tom Curtin looking at 81. Keeping things steady. Won't find an out. But he will leave himself very handy in Joe. Monumental 131 needed to keep things going. Push things to a deciding set. Can he get it done? It won't go. 111 left. 91 might choose to go down to the trip 17. Can't find it, so again, having to rely on Tom Curtin missing double 16, and that is a scary thing to hope for. Finds it with the second. Job is done for Tom. And unfortunately, Joe, we joined right at the end there, but solid performance from both players, really. Tom just barely edging out Joe, 79.91 to Joe's 76.33. Great darts all around. Before we head to commercial break here, just a quick rundown of the scores. Congratulations, Mark Rudge. Rudge, you did it. He's got some points on the board for his WPL season, taking out Roberto 2-0. We watched Ron take out Nick 2-0. Tom just caught the end of this game, 2-0 over Joe Ricard, and Mike Carignan taking out Justin Burke. So we will have Rudge, Ron, Tom, and Mike in the semifinals, keeping the action going here. Just a few minutes. Again, if you are tuning in live, thank you very much for joining us. We will see you back in just a few minutes. Bye-bye. And welcome back to Week 5 of the Worcester Premier League. And we have some semifinals action on the way for you guys here. Congratulations, Mark Rudge. You have made it to the second round of the Worcester Premier League. We love to see the improvement. Fired in a great game. Great opening game versus Roberto. And again, we know what Rudge is capable of. We just haven't been able to see him produce the same type of darts here at the WPL. And he'll be taking on the dreamboat, Ron Sargent. The primary board semifinal. Again, Ron just took out Nick Soldo. And rather close, 2-0. Again, the sets don't really describe the full game there. Mark also took out Roberto. 2-0 as well. Off to a flyer of a start here. Looks like 96 punched in. And Ron will have to respond immediately. Again, he's only about 50 points back. He's been wanting to find that trip 18 switch all night tonight, and he finally finds it. Was trying that a bunch of times against Nick. Unsuccessful on the finds, though. Rudge doing very well to find some good darts here. Needs to keep it going. We certainly know what this man, Ron Sargent, is capable of producing. Haven't seen too many examples of excellence from Rudge, but we know, again, when push comes to shove, he certainly can push back. Solid visit here from Ron Sargent. 63 scored. And Rudge will look to find more of those. Can't keep it going. 81 punched in. And Rudge, well, again, these are the type of darts that we are used to him playing. It's just thrilling to be able to see him taking on Ron Sargent here. Well, hold, wait a minute. Big 140 from Ron firing in darts. Might be a commentator's curse to praise Rudge when Ron wants all the cameras on him. Looks like only 60 there. Can't see exactly what they're scoring because our little Dark Connect scoreboard isn't showing the numbers there. Again, getting better and better here at the WPL as the weeks go on, but we are still combating some minor technical problems here and there. But thrilled to have two boards for you guys this week. Hopefully no more audio issues either. And Mark needs to... That's so weird. I keep calling him Mark when his name is Rudge. Everybody in the community here in Worcester calls him Rudge, but Mark is his real name. Only 60 there from Rudge. And Ron looking at 104, staring down the 104. Would love to get out here. Doesn't want Rudge to have the chance to come back. 84 left. Will he go for the triple 20? Chose not to. Looks like 80 left. Under no pressure, but wanted to leave himself a better leave than that. And Rudge, 178, needs to find at least one triple to leave himself something good. Just underneath. Great guide. And just wide, unfortunately. Only 21 punched in so far. And no triple 20. Looks like a trip 5 as well. So 36 scored. Ron will have 3 darts at 64. Going to 16s. Needs another single 16 to leave himself 32. 1 dart and 2 16s. Can't find it, so Rudgy with a chance here at 142. It's a big ask here. Can he get it done? Can he answer? He cannot. Shake of the head there. Confirms any lingering doubts. 65 scored. Wanted to go for the 19s, but can't get it done. Can't find it. Only 72. 70's not a bad lead, but again, relying on the Dreamboat to miss his darts here. And now it's getting scary. And he finds it, punches it in with the third. And Ron, just when he thought that that leg might have been getting away from him, Rudge sneaking up right behind him, he punches out. And Ron off to a flyer of a start here, going up 1 leg to nothing, but still a lot of darts to play. Rudge looking at the 180, can't find it, but a great 140 start. Statement start from Rudge, trying to swing back the momentum to his camp. Ron looking to follow the 140 with one of his own, and he does. 140s back to back. Great darts, great visits from both gentlemen here. The party won't keep going for Rudge. Wants to find a trip 20. Does very well to use that second as a guide. Looks like he might have skated it off the flight there. Ron needs to keep this going, needs to keep the pace up. Can't quite keep pace, can't surpass the pace, and Rudge with the advantage here on his throw. He is defending his throw here. Can't find a triple, but that's all right. 46 is not as calamitous as it could have been, especially after that first dart one from Ron. Does very well to find that triple 20 on the third. 81 scored. Just barely leapfrogs Rudge on the way down. The race to 0. 60 fired in from Rudge. And again, there's something about his throw this week. There's a smoothness to it. There's a consistency. His rhythm is there. We got to see Rudge, I believe it was last weekend. Well, things did not go his way, but he's certainly playing with a newfound confidence, and that's exactly what we want to see, Rudge is too high of a caliber of player to be stuck for too long. 165 is not going to leave him out. No big fish take here. Which way is he going to go about it? Does very well to find that trip 15. Leaving himself 100. And Ron 160 out. It's not going to be found, but we'll love to find at least one triple 20, leave himself 60. And he finds it, does very well to find that needle in the haystack. Looks like there was at least 2 flights in the way, but he manages to find his way in. Great dart there. And Rudge looking at 100. Finds the first. 2 darts at tops. And he can't quite find it. That second dart was so close. Couldn't use it as a guide. Might have just been too quick, too fast on the release. And Ron looks at 60 here. Just low, is going to have to switch downstairs. 2 10s. And again, just outside. Ron can't believe it. The dreamboat. Thought he was reeling up something nice, but reeled up just a rock, only a dud. And Rudge, second chance here to salvage this. Again, making a little bit of a mess of it here. 23 remaining. Making things just extraordinarily difficult for him. Might have been a purposeful bust. Might have just been a frustration dart there. And Ron taking a little bit of a breath. 3 darts at 20. Finds it with that second dart. And again, Rudge not playing bad darts, but unlucky, unfortunate. Just couldn't find it when he needed to there. Calls back to what I was saying earlier, where there's 2 very distinct phases in a darts match, and both the guys getting the scoring part down, but Ron looking so calm, so cool, so collected in the outs phase. Everything below 201. Again, tries to find that trip 18 switch, but just barely high. And the reason why people love to go for that trip 18 switch is because if you're just low on those 20s, theoretically, it's just a straight line across to find that trip 18. Again, that's the theory. Doesn't always work out in practice. Rudge doing well to keep things close. Ron looks to try and find one triple. Can't find it. Finding the worst possible thing. Hitting a big one on his way out of that visit. Rudge would love to find more of the same. Solid 100 punched in. Rudge again playing very well, playing very smooth darts. Newfound confidence after 4 weeks. That's exactly what we want to see from Rudge. No triples again. A very poor visit there from Ron, only 41. Isn't horrible just yet, but with Rudge playing the darts that he is, would love to find a 180. Oh, just barely misses the 180. That third dart finding its way into the trip 1. Ron looking for a 140 of his own. And he finds it. Solid 140 visit to take a commanding lead of this leg again. And Rudge, under a lot of pressure, might be complimenting the Dreamboat's style, Dreamboat's approach, saying, hey man, come on. Doing my best here. I'm playing so much better. Come on. Leave me a chance. And Rudge doing some mental math here. 2:18 left. That second dart is not what he was looking for. Neither was that third. Again, that pause might have been a mistake. Sometimes it's just good to keep that rhythm going, that rhythm flowing. It's funny how a game where it requires so much focus, sometimes all you want to do is turn your brain off and throw. Not a huge visit from Ron, and Rudge with a big opportunity here. Won't take out the 1-5-2. Probably aiming at 19s. Can't find it either. A little bit of an awkward out with the 1-2-3 remaining. Not a very common out. Ron's not going to find it either. You can see the gears spinning in Ron's head as he was trying to figure out the math there. Does very well to find that third. And Rudge working with 114. Apologies, I thought that was in the triple bet. It wasn't. 114 for Rudge. Might be going single 14. Finds it. And he's just low. Oh, the frustration, the reaction from Rudge. He had it. That first dart went in so cleanly. And now Ron will have a chance to take out 68. A decently sized out here. Just electing which way he wants to go. Might be psyching himself up. Knows that this is a big visit here. Curious choice there. Leaving himself tops. One dart at 220s. And he finds it with the third. Saves it. And Rudge, well, did very well to fire back and fight back in that leg, but just unable to find it. Rudge saying, come on. I've worked so hard these past couple of weeks. Looks like Rudge might be asking about why he decided to go 16s there. If he hit that trip 16, he would have left 20. Might just be a preference thing. Rudge off to another solid start, 60 on the board. Again, the darts are just going in so cleanly compared to last week where they were flying into the 1s and 5s a little too often. Great work, Rudge, again. It's like more of a conversation between the Dreamboat and Rudgy, as we know him here at the WPL. Again, a lot of theory crafting going into that 68. Sometimes darts players just love to talk about why they do things. Some darts players love to talk about why you're wrong for doing things a certain way, but if it works and it works for you, it's not wrong at all. Never forget that. So next time you have 150 left, just go double bull, double bull, double bull. Nobody will blame you. Again, more of a discussion here between Ron and Rudge. They're off camera, off screen, so we'll wait for them to come back. Not sure what's going on over there. We'll jump to the other board here, where we have a, well, blockbuster rematch between Tom Curtin and Mike Carignan, tied at one leg apiece. Happy to have these guys facing off against each other every week. They always firing phenomenal darts, but we will have to jump back to the primary board. So this is the secondary board. Things are back underway over here. Rudge, a poor visit there, only 26. Those 26s become ever so painful against the high-caliber players that we have on display here. Solid 100 punched in by Ron, and again, just goes to show you how costly a single 26 visit, or even a 45 can be. Again, on league nights on any day of the week, a single 26 might not do you any harm, but here, those types of hits matter immensely. Ron looking for more of the same, working his way down from 376. Won't find the switch, so only 40 on the board, and Rudge, again, he's chasing down Ron, and Ron is getting closer and closer. Can't find the switch either, but a 59 does him solid work. Ron looking to stay there, find some more gold. And he does sneak that third dart into the triple 20 bed, 140. Solid visit from Ron Sargent there, and Rudge laughing, going, how'd you sneak that in there, man? Come on. Looks like Rudge finding his way into the triple bed as well. 100 punched in. But Ron has the advantage here with 196 left. Needs to keep this going, though, and that's exactly what he was looking for. A little bit of a smile there as that dart found its way in. And another 140. Huge darts back to back from the Dreamboat. Wind is filling up his sails, that's for sure. And again, things just not swinging Rudge's way. Bit of a daunting stare down as he looks at Ron trying to take out 56. Will leave himself 145 out if he gets the chance. 2 darts at tops. Needed for Ron, only 1 more left. And he just pulls it low. Kick of the leg. Toss of the arms. And again, Rudge looking at a big ask here. Needs to find the 145. First dart in. Second dart just high. Rudge just can't believe it. Wow. Came so close to having an opportunity there. And finds the single 15. A little bit of a gimme, a freebie. But Ron may leave him the opportunity to sneak this leg in there, see what he can do. Desperation for Ron. Can't find it just outside. Wow, a little bit of drama to close out this leg. And Rudge, 3 darts at tops. An opportunity that he didn't think he was going to get. Going downstairs for the switch, a little bit of a breath. And he finds it, pins the top corner. Does very well to hang in there and find that dart. That second dart is always so scary. It's always so frightening when that first dart is such a good guide and the second one drops so low. Rudge doing very well to keep his nerves cool and collected. Nerves of steel for Rudge. Things are back underway here. The second leg of this second set. Dreamboat punching in 85. A little bit of turbulence on the high seas for the Dreamboat, but we'll look to keep things steady. No triples from Rudge. Bit of an unfortunate visit there. Again, that didn't seem to slow him down in the last leg, but Ron does not want to give out too many freebies to Rudge, especially with Rudge firing on all cylinders this week. Only 60 found. Rudge doing very well to correct. Looks like he finds a big 1, 2, 3. Huge darts. Indeed it is found. A big visit there from Rudge. Put himself right back in front. Ron will need to find a triple. And he can't find it. Another 60. I believe it was last week or the week before where Ron had about 4 or 5 60s in a row. Walked away laughing, but he will not be laughing after that because Rudge, oh, so unlucky on that third one. Would have loved to push the ball forward a little bit more. And Ron, here we go. Can he find 2 more? There's one. Needs another one for the 180. And he does. Solid 180 found from the Dreamboat. Full steam ahead for the Dreamboat, Ron Sargent. And Rudge needs to find a big visit of his own if he wants to keep pace. Keep things even here. And again, that third dart just so close. Right there in the same zip code, but just not finding the right zone, the right plot of land. And Ron will have 1 dart at 36. Oh, more kicking of the legs for Ron Sargent. Again, those two darts were beautiful, and he just couldn't follow it all the way through with that third. No stress, though, because he will have more darts at it unless Ron makes a mess of it, but unlucky visit. Laugh. Shake of the head. Always so frustrating when you cluster them so well together, but they just refuse to go. And Ron, here we go, focusing up on double 18. Ooh, just high. Steady. And he does very well to steady himself there and punch his way out of this leg with that double 18 find. And we have a tied set here. Fist bump. And Rudge going back to defending his throw. Playing phenomenal darts this week. This is what we love to see. Looks like only 45. Might be 60. No, it's 45. Ron off to a high-powered opener here. I'd love to find one more. Only 100, and we say that with a little bit of sarcasm. 100 is a great start to any darts leg. Rudge will elect to go downstairs and go back up. Does very well to find that trip 18. That is a hard way to go about punching in big points. You'll find a lot of the pros move from 2019-18. Trying to find any open triple bed. Rudge showing off a little bit of those high caliber skills. Poor visit there from Ron Sargent, only 44. Gives Rudge the opportunity to really run away if he finds more of those. And a solid 140 visit from Rudge. Phenomenal stuff under high pressure. Looks like a bit of a fist bump there from the Dreamboat. It's all smiles right now, but Ron will be feeling the pressure. Can't find it. And he can't find the triple again. Ron choosing to go to that 18 to find the switch, but just can't find it. No switches found for Rudge either, so 40. It's a little bit of a slower mid-game here as both guys try to find their footing, try to find some scores. Might just be nerves. Solid third dart, finding that 57. 97 total for the Dreamboat. But Rudge still in a commanding position to find an out first. All over it. Might choose to stay there. Choosing to step back. Does very well to find that third dart. That is a smart choice. That is the type of composure that all of us as players want to mimic, and Rudge doing very well to leave himself 86. Ron working with 204. Needs to find a triple. Might go to the 18s. Didi tries to go for it, but can't find it either. So Rudge, 8-6 left. What can he do? Finds it, double 16. And just inside. Wow. Even I couldn't believe that, Rudge. Leaving the door open for Ron, but a rather tough customer with 146 remaining. Can he punch out? No, he cannot. Frustration, mental math. Which way is he going to go about it now? Calibrating the computer on the ship, it seems. Thinking about the optimal way to go. Probably going to stay there. Does very well to find that 96. Will leave himself 50. But Rudge, 3 darts at 16. Can he find it just inside? Needs to find it here. Oh, disappointment found. Agony found. And that is a huge let-off for Ron. Again, not sure what Ron is saying. Might have been a miscount from Ron. Didn't want to leave himself 50, it seems. But again, he's going to have a big opportunity if he can find that first correction dart. Always a tough dart to find when you're under pressure, to find that big segment dart. And again, the difficulty of this game on display. He might have been going for the double bull, which would have been ridiculous. But he leaves himself 45. Punishment from the darting gods for his arrogance. Ron, you know you can't get away with that at the WPL. Adjusting his feet. Pulls back and fires to leave himself 40. 1 dart at tops. And just low. More laughs from Ron. He knew very, very well what he was doing there, and it comes back to bite him. Rudge, 3 darts at double 2. The Madhouse, double 1. Oh, he can't find it. He finds the double 20 instead. A shame. Another huge let-off for Ron. Again, not sure what's going on there from Ron. It's more of a friendly conversation, friendly banter. He might be saying, I'm in my own head. Not sure what's going on. But he knows he has 3 darts at 20, and he knows he can take it out. Just outside. Knocking on the door. And he punches his way through that door, finding his way inside. And Ron had a little bit of a confusing route of getting there, but he does find his way out of this leg. Rudge putting on the pressure, but just not finding his way over the line. And there might have been a little bit of a dispute about the scoreboard, the tablet. We do not have scorekeepers. The players are keeping track of their own scores. Shout out to the Minuteman Dart League, as you can see from the patch there on Rudge's shirt. A lot of these players play in the Minuteman Dart League. Almost all of us, I believe, do, or have at one point. Looks like they got whatever issue they were having with the tablet figured out. So we will continue on our way as we get into the 4th leg here of set 2. Ron up 2 legs to 1. Rudge, no more mistakes allowed. Will have to find 2 consecutive legs if he wants to keep his night alive. He'll be punching in points either way, which is great for Rudge. The drought will end. An average start for Ron, only 60. Rudge would love to find some more. Can't find it. Another average start as well, 58. Ron needs to keep the pressure on. He is defending his throw, so a break here would be devastating. Would leave Rudge with all the power on the deciding leg. 83 fired in. Those are the type of darts that you want to see if you're in this situation. You can win it here, win now, why win later? And unlucky. Kind of a similar situation to what we were seeing with Nick earlier, where the darts are just grazing their way into the ones. Tough blocker there. Tries the 18 switch. Can't find the triple segments as well, so only 58. Again, Ron running away, but not running at full speed. More or less letting the wind take him wherever the wind pleases. And Rudge just not putting any reasonable pressure on to really scare Ron here. Finds the triple. Finds 2 triples. Solid 1-2-1 scored from Ron Sargent. And Rudge needs to find something right now if he wants any hope of staying alive. Pleading with the board for more triples. Does very well to find 1, but it's going to be another leg where things continue to go Ron's way. He's going to be relying on Ron making mistakes as he gets to the end of the board here. Looks like 122 left. 110 remaining. Looks like 90 left for Ron. Doing very well to leave himself handy after only 5 visits. And just more pain for Rudge. Again, the 3rd dart not cooperating. Finding its way into the big 7. And Ron's going to have at least 6 darts at 90. 1 more would leave the bull. Wisely chooses to not go there. There's no reason for it. Hits the big 50. Again, no pressure. Why potentially risk hitting a triple, the wrong triple that you don't want, when you can just hit big numbers and leave yourself, well, very happy, a very happy customer indeed. And Rudge looking for a 180, a 140. Won't go. And Ron with all the time in the world at tops. Can he get it done here? And he can. First dart take. And ladies and gentlemen, we have your first finalist of the night. Ron Sargent taking out Rudge 2-0. Rudge playing a lot better darts this week than he has in the previous weeks. We love to see it. Rudge Solid performance, but Ron is just unstoppable right now. Tearing through Nick, tearing through Rudge, and he awaits the winner of this match right here. And Mike Carignan is up 1-0 on the Emperor himself, Tom. Impressive start from Mike Carignan given the average difference. Tom is playing a better statistical game, but Mike is finding those darts when he needs them, it seems, and we have a match in store for ourselves here. Again, Mike has been the only person in the WPL to be able to take both a game and a night other than Tom Curtin. So Tom is going to have to really batten down the hatches here and find his rhythm, but off to a little bit of a slower start here. Might be in 180 territory. Only 140. I say that again with more sarcasm. Only 140. Mike Carrigan's going to have 3 darts at 40. Can he get it done? And he does. That might be the most beautiful double 20 dart we've ever seen. Dead center, right in the middle. And we have an even second set here at 1 leg apiece. Tom defending his throw. Both guys taking their legs on their throws. No breaks so far. All gas, no breaks here in this second set. And a slow start from Tom. Again, that's been his one weakness that we've seen over these past couple of weeks is Tom gets off to a slow start. Leaves ample opportunity for his opponent to get ahead early, and that's what Mike is trying to do here. Unlucky third, finding its way into the 5 segment. Big 5s, but no high 5s for that. Would love to have found a 60 just like Tom did here. 180 potential. And again, the 5, the revenge of the 5. Solid visit, though, from Tom, and Mike just trying to keep up here. Again, a break will be needed. This is Tom's. He will be defending this set, so Mike will have to find a break. Does very well to find a 140, it looks like. Solid darts. Immediate pressure right back on Tom. So good to see Mike Carignan putting up and playing the darts that we know he's capable of playing. Again, he got more or less cleaned out by what was over 100 average game from Tom in the finals last week until the very end there. But Mike very much capable of that type of game himself. Looking for more. Looking to stay there. Might move. Chooses to stay. 95 is a great visit. More pressure right back on Mr. Curtin, forcing him to show what he's got. And a bit of a calamitous visit there. Not exactly what Tom would have wanted to have. This is a big opportunity. Mike needs to find a big visit to jump in front. Wants to correct. What was an opportunity is looking more like a nightmare now. Mike has to find a triple. Does very well to find that triple 20. Again, good mental reset. 68 is a big bite of this apple, but Tom might be going for the whole thing. That's outside just barely. Does very well to find that trip 18. 1-3-4. Solid darts. Solid visit. And 1-5-3. This is going to be one tricky out. Not something that you see every day from the pros or from anybody that you see in league. Huge ask here. Can't find it. 21 punched in. 1-3-2 left. Finds that 60, so 72 remaining. A little bit of counting here. Probably going to go for the 12s. And he does find that single 12, so he will leave himself 60. Great position to leave yourself in after 5 visits. But Tom, 84, might just be another day in the office for him. So reliably finds that first. He's going to have 2 at double 12. Just low, awkward double 6 left. And it's just outside. Tom, puzzled, bewildered. And certainly not amused by leaving himself 12. Huge opportunity for Mike. Can he find it? 2 at tops. Oh, just high. Gonna have to use it as a guide. Just too low. Mike will be disappointed with that one. Showcasing how close that was. Tom needs to find it here, and he does. Puts it right in the bottom corner of that double 6 bed. And Tom is up 2 legs to nothing. And again, he's fighting for his life tonight as Mike has the set advantage, but Mike finding himself down 2 legs to 1 here. No more mistakes allowed for Mike here in this set. Couple more discussions going on between the guys. Again, WPL, everybody good pals, good friends, good chums with each other. Very friendly, and that's the type of player that we're really looking for here. Someone who not only plays good darts, but is certainly great to be around. Mike would love to take those darts back to find something better, though. Only 45 scored. And Tom looking to not get off to a slow start this time. Wants more of a high-powered offensive start, and there it is, 100. Why play defense when you can play offense? Mike looking for more of those. Will we see the 180? And he just puts it right between there. Solid 180 fired in from Mike Carignan. Beautiful stuff. That's got to be one of the best 180 feelings around, is when you put it right between those first 2. And all of a sudden, Mike has found himself with a huge advantage here. Needs to keep it going. Can't afford to have a poor visit. When Tom gives you an inch, you need to take at least 3 miles. And Mike trying to find that triple 20, negotiating his way through those flights. Will have to try and negotiate harder. And his bartering is successful. Finds 100. Tom well behind in this leg, but a big visit will catch him right back up. Can we see a 180, a 140 maybe? There's 2. And a solid 180 answer. He's looking at Mike saying, you can't run away from me, buddy. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful visit there from Tom Curtin. Excellent darts from both guys. Mike not in and out. 176. Needs to find another trip 20. Or any trip 20. Only 60, so he'll leave himself 116. Tom working with an out. 161. This would be something, huh? If he can find the 161. Again, not every day that you see one of these extremity shots here. 161, 170, 151, 157. The 161 will not go. And a poor third, sneaking its way into the 4th. How cruel. Betrayal from that third dart. And Mike here, another big chance to take out a more reasonable-sized out. Finds that first one. Looking at either another 20 or another 16. 1 dart at tops. That's all he has. And he just can't punch his way out of that 116. 96 scored. Tom looking at 117. Different equation. 21 scored. Leaving himself 96. Oh, my goodness. Finds the second. 1 dart at double 18. And he finds it. A clutch visit and a clutch take from Mr. Curtin. King of the clutch indeed. Wow, he needed that. Was not going to wait around for Mike to potentially have a chance at that 20. Solid visit, solid take. And Mike, battling hard here in this game, will have this set to defend. He cannot afford to lose this or be broken here. Only thing required of him is to keep steady and defend his throw, and he will make his way through. 100 punched in. Tom needs to go on the offensive immediately. Would love another. And he does find another. 140 punched in. Solid darts. Call and answer. Mike asked the question. Tom responded with one of his own. Does Mike have an answer for him? Needs to drop it in. And he finds that 81. Excellent third dart. Such a great darts match that we're seeing here between two high-powered operators, and, well, Tom finds another 180. Solid darts. Solid visit. Mike laughing, going, hey, buddy, this is my throw. I should be the one doing that. And Mike still has time to do something like that of his own. Let's see what he can do with these darts in hand. Well, there's one. Got the first part of the equation. Might not be two. It might just be high. Dearie me. Looks like 100. It is. Wow. He was flirting with that 180 if he wasn't able to find it. And while Tom is back on his Tom Curtin stuff. Oh, geez, doing very well to find 105. Again, those triple 20s just proving to be reliable again for Mr. Curtin. Wow. Mike needs to find at least a 2 triple visit here to put some pressure back on. It's a good guide. Flight might be a problem. Can't find it. 180 left. And well low on that third dart. It's going to do him no favors to leave the 160 left. And Tom looking at 76. 56 now might stay there. Might go down. Goes down to leave himself tops. And low again. Definitely a little bit of a reach there. Tom wanted that a little bit more than normal. Trying to force that dart into that double 20 bed. And Mike with an outside shot here at 160. More manageable. Low percentage chance. And there's the first part. Needs another. Just low. Can't find the second part of the equation. Can't find another triple, but will leave himself 60. So relying on mistakes from Tom. Tom looks like he was rooting for him there when he found that first dart. What can he do here? 3 darts at 2 10s. Just outside. Scrape the wire. And he finds it with the second one. So Tom taking command, breaking Mike in this first leg, and he will have defense of his throw now. So Tom finds what he needs in the first leg. Only needs to find one break to put this set on his throw now. So if he goes and defends his throws for the rest of this set, he will be walking away with the victory here. Mike has to reclaim his throw. We'll be looking to break Tom here. A slow start just might provide him that opportunity. We'll see. Great first start. Would love another. Wants that triple 20. And he wanted it badly, and he finds it. 140. Again, both guys on offense. No one electing to play defense. Solid darts, solid visit from Mike there. Tom struggling to find that correction to the triple 20 bed. Just underneath. Reaching for it, scraping at it. The darts saying no. Mike wants to keep this pace. He has the pace in this leg, and he wants to keep setting it. Going higher, would love to drop it a little lower. Just not low enough, but a 60 is not a bad visit. It's just frightening when you're only, well, you're not over 100 clear against Tom Curtin, because he can do this. Even one more triple 20 will provide a lot of pain. Might be 2 in there. It is 2 in there, 125. Punch in the gut for Mike Carignan. Whatever lead he built up with that 140 to start is now evaporated. Right back on the pressure. How will he handle it? Unfortunate slip with that third going into the trip 5. 55 leaves a lot of room for Tom to keep his foot on the gas. Once more. Flights might be blocking. Does very well to get over that fence and to find that dart into the triple 20. So 100 won't leave himself an out, but a 175. Definitely a little bit of distance between him and Mike. And Mike will have to summon up some excellent darts if he wants to put himself at an out. Needs to find at least 2 triples. Won't find it. That one is going to be especially devastating. And unfortunate, only 36. Not the visit that Mike needed. And Tom will be thanking his lucky stars, knowing that the pressure is off if he continues to do what he was doing in the previous visits. Finds a solid triple 20. We'll be going downstairs to find something else. Does find that trip 19. Solid darts. 137. If the switches weren't coming for the players in the previous games, the switches are certainly coming for Tom. And Mike needs a huge visit if he wants to try and put any pressure, any semblance of pressure on this. Needs another. There's 2. Will he go for the 180? Oh, he wanted to go for the showstopper 180. Only leaves the 140. And Tom finds it with that first. Wow. Merciless take. Ruthless aggression there on that 19. Not even choosing to even attempt to split it. Just going right at it. Sometimes that's just the right choice. There's the preferred way, and sometimes there's the way to get it done. Mike expressing some frustration there. 2 darts in the single 5. That'll be very frustrating for him, but he does very well to keep it inside and hold himself together to find that trip 20. Again, relying on mistakes from Tom Curtin if he wants to have any chance of coming back in this set. And a bit of a slow start here from Tom. So Mike edging out just a small little lead here to get things going after one visit. Needs to rely on his mental fortitude to keep building those small little advantages. Needs to find another triple 20. And that just hurts. Only 4 scored. 25 scored with that trip 7. Whatever confidence or momentum he might have been building up might have just been blown to smithereens if Tom can find a big high-powered visit. Looks like he can't, so something is affecting both guys. A little bit of a break from the excellent darts and a return to normalcy, a return to mortality from both of these guys. What a stack on those 2 darts. Needs another. Only a 140, but wow. Just when you feel that you couldn't fit another point in the corner there. Unbelievable grouping. And that's exactly the type of visit that Mike Carignan needed. But if you push Tom, he's going to push back. Looks like 2 fired in. Can he hit the 180? And a solid 180 it looks like. Indeed it is. Wow. Mike laughing. Again, call and answer with these guys. Both these guys are so good. If you hit big, one of them is going to come right back at you and say, I can do you one better. Mike doing a little bit of mental math here. Might be going to the trip 18s. Chooses to stay there. Can't push it under those first 2. So no out, and Tom can do very well to put himself in out territory. That's going to accelerate that process. 140 will leave himself very handy, but he can't quite nab it. Only 95, leaving himself 125. And Carignan with 206 can leave himself a better out, but it's still the opportunity that you don't want to give your opponent. Looks like 2 fired in there, so wait a minute. This is a big opportunity here for Mike to leave himself something great. Can he might go to the trip 18. He does find the trip 18. Wow! 174. What an impressive visit from Mike Carignan to leave himself double 16. Excellent darts. And that's the unfortunate part of going at 125 is if you fly it into the single 20, 105 does not leave you anything to work with. And Mike, in a awesome twist of fate here. Might be able to take out this leg. He'll have 3 darts at double 16. And he finds it with the first. Wow. Awesome visit. Awesome stuff. Absolutely clutch 174 when he needed it most. And we have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is phenomenal. And Tom, he'll certainly be feeling that he left a lot of scraps on the table there, and Mike cleaned house. 140 punched in from Tom, so no messing about. Mike going, come on, man. Asking Tom to slow it down just for the sake of the fans. We want to see this go all the way. At least I certainly do. I know that Tom doesn't. Mike would love that as well. Can he answer with a 140 of his own? Trying to go to the trip 18 switch and just not finding the 18s at all, getting lost. Not able to get over that single 4 fence. Tom not wasting any time. Will we see another 180? No, the flights pushed it up, but wow, what a great effort. And all of a sudden, after showing a little bit of life and a whole lot of fortitude, Mike is staring down the barrel of Tom Curtin's gun right now. Needs to find at least true triples here to keep things going. And an absolute horrible visit. 26 is just nightmare fuel. And Tom will be laughing all the way to an out if he can find the darts that he needs, but he's making a little bit of a struggle out of this. And again, no triples there except for that 555. 55 will leave him 166, so no out. Mike still well behind at 391. And again, doing himself no favors with that single 5. He might be realizing that his time has come. The end might be near as we see Tom move into frame there. 166, no out, but can leave himself something to work with here. But wait a minute, this is becoming a lot more difficult than Tom would have expected. Only 31. So this changes the dynamic of the game quite a bit. If Mike can find a 180, that just might change the dynamic of this game completely. But no, 140 is not going to be any big pressure either. And another 41, it looks like. So Tom got away with that one. 135, another difficult out to try and clinch here. But Tom might be relaxing just a little bit too much. There he goes. Finds that triple 20 with that second dart. 61 scored. And finds that triple 11. So he'll punch in 94. Leave himself 41. Might be a... Well, I don't think that is exactly what he was trying to leave. He might have not wanted to hit that triple 11. Not that it matters much anyway, because Mike is fortunately well behind. Only going to be dropping his score by 60 points, and Tom is going to have, at the very least, 6 darts at 41. 14 scored. Tom shaking his head in disgust. So upset with himself right there. Finds that 11. And he can't find the double 8 for 16, so Tom's only enemy right now is going to be himself. Mike, if he puts in a 180 here, will we see Tom begin to crack under pressure? No pressure at all. Has to find 2 triple 20s. Can't find it. Shake of the head. He knows. What a let-off for Tom. 85 fired in. Will leave himself 160. But this is no pressure for this man right here. 2 darts left at double 8. Just outside. And he finds it with the third. Walked its way in. And wow, what a game that we have witnessed here. Both guys firing well above 80. Mike just barely above the 80 at 80.89. More of the same for Tom Curtin. What a game. Wow. When Mike hit that 174 to leave himself 32, that was something incredible that we don't see very often here at the WPL. It gave Mike a lot of life, but unfortunately Tom taking the game 2-1. An absolute barnstormer of a deciding set. Tom took it out 3-1. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a small break as we get ready for our final It's going to be Ron Sargent taking on Tom Curtin. Who's going to come out on top? We'll find out in just a few minutes. See you guys soon. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is finals time for week 5. Just like that, we've gone through so many matches, but we have found the last 2 guys remaining tonight. That is going to be Ron Sargent taking on Tom Curtin. No, it's not Groundhog's Day. We have been here before, but Ron is going to be looking for a much more different result compared to the last couple of times that he's faced off against this man right here, Tom Curtin, who's continued to play phenomenal darts. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Quite difficult to say. Well, as these guys are warming up, we'll review the matches that we have seen so far. Rudge, congrats again on your first points in the WPL this season. Took out Roberto Santos 2-0. Ron Sargent took out Nick in the quarterfinals. Tom 2-0 Joe. And Mike took out Justin Burke 2-0 as the last quarterfinal game. Ron, much more difficult game in the semifinal against Mark Rudge. The 2-0 scoreline doesn't really tell the whole story. And then what a battle between Tom Curtin and Mike Carignan that we were able to catch the second half of. Mike Carignan had that opening set advantage, but Tom throwing on every trick and every single lever that he had in his toolbox. Throwing everything except the kitchen sink, the dartboard to try and get over Mike Carignan there. And he certainly found his way through that game. And now we have, again, Ron Sargent taking on Tom Curtin. Looks like they're doing their warm-ups, getting things underway, having some friendly banter. And they will get going here whenever they deem that they are ready. Probably only going to throw a couple darts as they've been playing all night. But we have seen some phenomenal darts. I don't know what it is about that word tonight. It's so difficult to say. Phenomenal darts from both of these gentlemen. Again, after week 4, so these aren't completely up-to-date stats. But after week 4, Tom is leading the averages with an 80.12. Over 4 weeks is impressive, and his scoring power, 34% of the time, Tom is hitting over a ton. 25% is scary. That's what Mike Carignan is sitting at. And he barely pushed Tom to the edge. So Tom with 34%, that's frightening. Ron is sitting at a 25% dead even. So Ron is going to have to find something in his bag of tricks, going to have to find some jet fuel to ignite his game if he wants to get over this man right here. But again, it's a lot closer. And stats always don't tell the complete story. Ron, very capable of producing some high-caliber, high-quality stuff. And I have a feeling that we haven't seen everything that the Dreamboat has to offer us here at the WPL. Hopefully we get to find out rather soon here. Looks like some more friendly banter. Final warm-ups. Let's see if Tom's going to commit the cardinal sin of hitting a 180 in warm-ups, and he will not. Boo. Boo this man for not being good enough to hit a 180 in warm-ups. The superstitious amongst you, hitting a 180 in warm-ups is not always the best thing to do. At least that's how I think. But what do I know compared to these guys? Looks like they're trying to figure out what their strategy is going to be for the game, discussing amongst each other. Script writers just reviewing the notes that the script writers gave them. And Ron showing was that his bull? Because that was a great start. If that was his bull, looks like it wasn't. He's still chatting up a storm there. Again, as we look at the averages from the past couple of games here, Tom Curtin in the quarterfinal match against Joe fired in a 79.91, and Joe fired in a 76.33. It's not very often that you lose games when you fire in that impressive a performance. But Joe, unfortunately, catching the side that nobody wants to be on. That's a losing side against Tom Curtin. Mark Rudge firing in a 64.05 in that opening game versus Roberto. Finding more of the same with 62.35 against his semifinal match against Ron. It's a good 10 points clear of where he was firing at for the past couple of weeks. So whatever Rudge has been working on in the background there, it's certainly been on full display. Great to see him back on form. Another one of those players that I feel like we haven't seen all the form that we know that he's capable of. It's great that he's gotten his first points. Again, congrats. I guess while we wait for these two gentlemen to figure things out, one of the things that we are cooking up here at the WPL that we haven't quite ironed out yet, but we do have it available. Hi, folks. It's me, Stephen Marty Martinez, here in the flesh. I'm on TV. I have to say hi, Mom. No, it's good to see you guys again. Thank you guys for tuning in from the bottom of my heart and from all the players. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in week over week. We love the support that you guys have been giving all of us. We're dedicating a lot of our time every single Monday night to provide this type of entertainment for you guys, and we just hope that you guys are having fun following along. So yeah, that's my little spiel. We'll have probably more of a advanced setup here in the coming weeks, but we are working on this. We are working on improving our production week over week, every single week. But enough about me. Let's jump back to our two guys, our two finalists here on board one. Looks like some more chit-chat there, so I'm going to have to find some more filler, find some more things to talk about. Looks like whatever warm-ups that they are doing, looks like 20s and bulls for Mr. Tom Curtin. That some players like to work their way around the board, 3 at 20, 3 at 19, 3 at 18, all cricket numbers. Some players like to only practice their doubles. Again, you'll find that a lot of darts players are very superstitious. I feel like you have to be if you're going to be a sportsman or a sportswoman or a sports person, whatever. If you play anything competitively, you're bound to have some superstition one way or another. Some players are very superstitious about their warm-ups. They won't play unless they get their certain amount of darts in. They won't play unless they get a certain combo of darts in. And some players just don't even warm up at all. Those are the weirdos, at least according to me. Ron looking like he's getting in his last couple of darts here, trying to find that bull. Might choose to go again with those three. Tom jumping in on that line right behind him, so these guys are definitely firing in their last few darts. The final should be starting rather shortly here. And again, more chit-chat, more banter. Guys, I'm running out of things to stall with. Trying to find some more notes to discuss, more things to talk about. Again, this is week 5, so we are actually running out of weeks. So all the points that are available and up for grabs, massive difference. If we actually jump over to the standings after week 4, Tom sitting well clear of everyone else, sitting at 18 points. Closest behind him is going to be Joe Ricard with 9, and what a midfield that we have here. 2nd through 4th, all separated out by, well, 2 points or less. Mike Carignan sitting at 8 points, Ron sitting at 7, so a night win tonight will do him very well to not only keep pace with Mike, who's scoring big points, but Joe, who's not walking away with any points tonight. So a big opportunity for Ron, not only to get this far, but to capitalize and push it even further. Some more points for Nick Soldo. Unfortunately, no points for Roberto, but Mark Rudge getting those first 2 points that he has been lusting after. Burke will have to find some points in the last couple of weeks if he wants to influence his playoff position, because, again, for playoffs, it is reverse. I don't know what the actual technical term for it is, but 1 will play 8, 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, and 4 will play 5, I believe. So you do not want to be the guy who has to play Tom Curtin in the first round of the playoffs, but many more weeks to go, many more things to shake up. We'll see how things shake out. That's another thing about darts players is no matter how many darts you give them at practice, they're going to try and take as many as they can, choosing not to start the game. Okay, we've seen 2 double bulls from Ron. That's 3 double bulls. Is he going to try and fill it up? Oh, boo. Boo this man. How dare he miss that double bull for the 3. You feel like he's got to be ready for the bull here. Again, we do PDC bull to determine who is going to be throwing for the first set. Ron has had a rather interesting night here to the final. I don't believe he's been tested nearly as hard as Tom has. Again, Tom taking out probably two of the most fearsome shots aside from himself in his first two matches. And again, Tom is coming off of a rather successful campaign, the Massachusetts Dart Association Winter Classic this past weekend, where he cashed in a couple events. Ron Sargent cashed in as well with his buddy Joe. But Ron has had an easier route to the final tonight, so the question will hang over him if he has any more left in the tank. Because if there is, he's hoping that there's a lot of it. Might jump away to another break if things don't move along here. Messaging the production staff that we have here at the WPL, the whole team of us. And I think that question is actually going to be answered for me because they are getting underway now. WPL staff is cracking the whip on these guys, saying, get going, enough fooling around. It is time to start. For those just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we have a final on our hands. My name is Stephen Marty Martinez. So hard to say that back to back. Let me try that instead. Between Ron Sargent and Tom Curtin, those are both our finalists. We have one hell of a matchup tonight. Tom will be taking the opening bull, so he will have his throw to defend first. Have the advantage of his throw not only in this set, but over the course of all three sets, should it go that far. And we are underway in the final here. Tom firing in a 140. Again, choosing to play offense instead of defense right from the get-go. Asking a question of Ron, can you keep up? Does well to keep them all in the 20 segment, but Ron not finding any triples there. Tom will look to pounce on that treble-less visit. No 140, but back-to-back 100s. Tom well on his way down the scoreboard there. Ron's going to have to find something. Now if he wants to keep even. Does very well to find that triple 19. And again, sometimes it's all about high-powered scoring. Sometimes it's all about big checkouts. And sometimes it's just about keeping even. If there's one guy that you want to keep even with, it's this guy down the board. Tom. Not running away with it, but might be a 1-2-1. Hold the phone. Only 81. Never mind. Got a little too excited there. Ron would love a 140 or a 180 here. Bit of a cruel mistress, that second dart. Only 125 fired in, but a big visit nonetheless. Again, keeping even with Tom Curtin. Sometimes you just feel like you might not have the upper hand in a match, or you're playing against someone who's, well, a tough operator like Tom Curtin. The best thing you can do for your own mental game is just staying close, keeping within earshot, not letting the other guy run away, because you just might get under their skin. Not that we've seen much of anything really get under Tom's skin other than himself when he's not throwing well, which we don't see very often. 59 punched in by Ron. That is not going to leave him an out. Tom's going to have first crack at the 160, but it is his throw, so this is expected. Would love another. Looks like he finds the 555 instead. Yep, 95. So Ron, bit of an opportunity here to set up. Needs to find that 20. Again, with the 18 switch, that might have not been the right way to go about it. 100 would have left 76. Tom working with 65. Wanted that single bull, but finds the 11. There's the 14 for 25. And wow, what a mistake from Tom Curtin. Just on the wrong side of the wire. Was looking for tops, but found the double one. So Ron with a big opportunity here to jump ahead, but 103 remaining, no out with 2 darts. Disappointing shake of the head. Ron knows what an opportunity that just slipped by him is. How big of a missed opportunity that was, excuse me. Needs to try and do some math to correct here. Can't find that trip 18. I think he's only found it once that we've seen on stream tonight. Definitely something new that he's been trying. He's been cooking up. At least going towards it. More gusto than he has over the past couple of weeks. But Tom looking to correct that double one in that previous visit. Choosing to go straight at the 19s here. And he finds it with the second one. Only 2 darts at it needed. Bit of a sloppier start here from both guys, but Tom gets it done nonetheless, and he does it on his throw. So Ron will be looking for a hold-of throw here. Ideally is looking for a break if he wants to walk away with this opening set. Looks like a 100 punched in. Yeah, indeed it is. That second one couldn't find its way through the crowd. Tom trying to hunt it down. Does manage to pin it. 85, so he's a little behind Ron off the get-go here. As we've discussed week over week, if you're going to have to take advantage of anyone's missed throw, you want to take advantage of Tom when he gets off to a slow start because, man, he is ruthless and he comes firing back with a vengeance. Tom pushing himself probably harder than anyone has pushed him so far, with the exception of Mike, when Mike took him out in the opening week. 85 punched in from Tom Curtin. What can Ron do here? 80 on the board. And he finds the 140. Solid visit. Nod of the head there from Ron as he approves of that visit. And Tom, wow, a bit of a misstep with that single one. Does very well with the great correction. And 2 great corrections. Solid 121. And these are the types of darts that we expect to see in the final of a WPL weekly night here. Ron trying to salvage this visit. Needs a triple. No third dart saver to offer him any sort of hand there. Only 49 scored. So Tom, not on an out, but a big visit here is going to leave himself a lot more handy than Ron sitting at 152. Might choose to fill it up. Might go for the trip 18. And he finds the trip 18. Wow, 174 punched in. What an incredible visit there. Absolutely clutch from Tom Curtin to leave himself 36. Ron, out of nowhere, feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's looking for 152. Not going to go. Finds that trip 18 switch. Does very well to find that, but Tom, out of nowhere, looking at 36. Just low, the 9. 2 nines needed. And he can't find it. Frustration. And that's the risk that you run when you leave yourself 36. Such an awkward switch across the board. So easy to go under, and Ron, 58 remaining. 2 darts at tops. Oh, and he just can't find it, just low. Wow. Tom trying to correct 9. There's the big one. 2 darts at double 4. Going downstairs. And this is the type of thing that we've seen before. Tom starts to run around the houses when he doesn't get out first. First time, he tends to take a little too long to get out at all, but Ron really needs to take advantage of this double 5. Needs to find it, you feel. And he just can't. Both guys making a mess of it. Is it nerves? Maybe they spent too much time practicing. Who knows what it is, but Tom looking at double 1. Looks like he finds it with the second. It is Solid take there from Tom. What could have been disaster from Tom there. He manages to just barely eke out over Ron in the end. Ron not playing bad darts, keeping very even with Tom, but just unlucky on the end of the leg there. Too many darts at double missed. And those are missed opportunities that are going to haunt him as he stares down the barrel of a 2-legs-to-nothing set here. Needs to get going, and that one is not ideal. Can't find any triple to salvage the visit, so only 40 punched in. Tom rejoicing in the fact that his opponent is off to a slow start. Doesn't want to follow, though. Again, that almost patented, trademarked Tom Curtin correction in the triple 20. And sometimes that is the best way to go about it when you hit a big 1 or a big 5, just keeping a cool head, not moving your head. No 140 for Ron there. So I was saying, just not moving your head and just keeping cool, keeping level. You still have 2 darts in hand if that first one goes wild left or right. Just keep at it. You'll find it. And if you don't find it, you at least keep them straight, hopefully. Just like Tom displayed for us right there. It's a lot closer than the score might display here. 3-2-1. Ron's working with not too many points clear of his opponent, but Tom, again, going to have to take advantage of these poor visits from Ron. Wants to find a triple. Finds that trip 19 to save that visit. A little bit of a, not an eye roll, but not necessarily a pleased look from Tom Curtin. Ron well within his rights to pressure Tom if he can find at least a 140. No, only a 100, so 180 left, no out. No out for Tom either, but his scoring prowess is going to set him up nicely. One more of those. Yeah, I can't find it. Shake of the head. That might have been a tough flight deflection there. Dart might have been going on target, and oh no, the number 5 strikes again. So does the number 3. Can't find that bull either, so nothing just seems to be going Ron's way right now here in this opening set, and Tom might be cruising his way to a 3-legs-to-nothing start here. Questions, questions, questions. Leaving himself 38 again. Not sure why he would have chosen to do that. Might have been trying to set him. Oh, excuse me, my bad. Bad caster math. Blame the caster. Tom absolutely correct to try and aim at that 19. Ron only finding the 7 after trying to aim at the triple 19 there. Won't find the trip 18 either. And he won't find the trip 20, so nothing. The well is drawing up for Ron Sargent here. The dreamboat finding no water to sail on. Tom will have plenty of darts in hand here. 3 is all he needs to try and punch out with this 32 take. He eyeballs it, but can he tee it up? Goes inside on that second. And again, we're seeing a little bit of weakness here from Tom on his outs. Just finding those darts around the edges, and Ron another opportunity to take out. He'll feel like he has to hit this here. 19 scored, still within 2 darts. And he won't find it either. So again, all he can do is set up further. Can't find it. 59 scored. Tom, 3 more darts and double 4. Inside again. Are we seeing him go around the houses? Back to the madhouse. And he finds it. It's almost like he wants to go home. Certainly made a home of the madhouse there. Wow. Sometimes it can be so frightening to miss, but the only double that matters is the last one that you need to hit. And, well, that double 1 is his ticket out of the first set. He's up 1-0 over Ron Sargent. Ron, no legs on the board, wants to find something here to get his game going. Only 41. So Tom We might be seeing another winning display here, but not nearly as confident as his display that he put in last week. Only 81 scored. Apologies. Dart point there, playing tricks on my eyes. What can Ron do? That is a great answer. Needs to follow. There's 2. We see a 180. And he finds the 180. Big darts. Big 180 fired in from Ron Sargent, the Dreamboat. He's not giving up yet. He's not down and out. He's still got a lot of life left in him. And those are the types of darts that Ron's going to have to produce. Looks like some more friendly banter there between Ron and Tom. Guys have certainly become good buddies over the past couple of weeks, playing each other as often as they are. Only 41, so maybe some more cracks in the frame. Tom not looking nearly as confident as he has been here at the WPL. Are we going to see back-to-back 180s? Oh, no, he wanted it so bad. Some more friendly banter from Tom. He's saying, you can't do it, buddy. Leaving himself a bogey number with the 159. No outs from 159. And are we going to see a 180 from Tom? No, we won't. Both guys having a great time. 1, 2, 3. Easy as that from Tom. And Ron, no out here. Needs to knock it down to a more meaningful bite here. That 3. Bit awkward. Needs to find a triple. Does very well to find that. 83 scored. And Tom well behind at 256. Oh, no 180, but a 140 will do quite nicely. Looks like only 100. No, 95 actually. So Ron, 3 darts at 76. Finds that first one clinical first. 2 darts at 88. Needs to pull it inside. Ron needs to focus up. Take that breath. Fire away. Puts it in the same spot. So again, Tom, what an opportunity. What a shot that this would be. 161. It's not going to go this time. We'll be going downstairs for this third dart. Only 99. So again, Ron with another big opportunity here to punch out. Needs to find this. This will be his first leg of the final. And he finds it with the first clinical take. 16 darter for Ron Sargent there. Definitely aided by that big 180 visit. Scoring power is starting to come through for Ron. These guys are chuckling about something down there. They're certainly enjoying themselves. Don't quite know what exactly they're laughing about. It's where Pearl Production and Studio is on a different floor from the guys. But nonetheless, we are back underway here. Leg 2 of the second set. And another slow start for Tom. Again, a 42 to get things going is not the type of start that you want to punch in against these guys when they're firing away. But a slip of the hand there does very well to correct and find that trip 20. So 85. Much more average start from Ron. Tom immediately on the back foot. Not choosing to play defense, but having to catch back up nonetheless. Does very well to find that trip 19. Can't find another, so only 96 scored. Good pressure, though, on Ron. Has to keep pace. Bit of a flyer there. Wants to bring it down. Another there will do nicely. Just low. But 100 is no slouch of a score. Now to you, Mr. Curtin. Can you answer? DD can with 100 of his own, so back-to-back tons for both guys. We are seeing an absolute race down the board here. Ron continuing to sprint. Big 140, solid visit, solid darts there from Mr. Sargent. The Dreamboat certainly found its gasoline on the boat, and these guys are going full bore here. And again, a bit of a slip from Tom. We've seen this before when those 41s, 43s, 45s start to creep their way in. Mistakes tend to beget more mistakes. And Ron just hammering away would love a 140. But 100 does nicely. And again, finding himself good 100 points plus clear of Tom here, but has to take advantage. Can't afford to let Tom have a look at anything that he might be able to take a bite out of, because he might take the whole thing. Ron, another look at 76. Oh, an ugly first start. 73 remaining. Ron's going to have to do some mental math as he determines which way he wants to go. Tried to go for the 57, will leave himself 54. And a little bit of a mental math mistake there, leaving himself 34. Not sure if he realizes what he left there. Not exactly what he would have wanted in Tom, looking at 122. Needs to find a triple. Can't find it. Looks like 3 18s fired in there. Leave himself 68. And Ron, a little bit of an awkward look at the double 17. Is he going to split it? He's thinking about it. Might be wise to split, but might be wise to go right at it. Hits the double two. Finds 4 scored. Double 15. And he can't quite go up the block to grab it. So again, an awkward 34 just causes problems, and Tom is going to have a look at 68. Finds that first one. 2 darts at double 4, and no messing about for the Emperor. Wow. Just like that, we have a tie game. That's why it's so important to get your math right as you get under 201. Little bit of a mental error there from Ron Sargent to leave himself that awkward 34. He'll do well to get that erased from his memory so he can come back swinging here for this third leg. .55 fired in. Bit of an average start here. Let's see what Tom can do. That patented triple 20 correction. He finds the lot after that first one goes haywire. 1-2-1 punched in. Big darts, big visit. And Ron under immediate pressure to produce. Would love another in that red bid. Can't find it, but 100 will do nicely. So Tom off to a great start after 3. Wants to keep it going. Only needs 44 to surpass Ron. 81 punched in, so a little bit of a let off despite the leapfrog in points. Ron not keeping it together on those 20s and not finding the switch either. Only 42 scored. That might be the let off that Tom was hoping would come. He needs to follow up with a big visit to really put the hurt on. And that'll do for right now. Not as painful as it could have been for Ron, but mistakes create more mistakes, and you have to hit big if you want to try and correct. One more triple 20 or trip 19. Can't find it. That was a poor switch there. Again, you just feel that Ron might have been throwing too fast. Didn't allow that arm to set. Didn't allow that line to fully develop before he released the dart. Pushing its way up into the single 5. Might stay there. Goes to the try and grab that trip 18. Looks like 83 scored. And Ron, big visit here would really do a lot to level up, but oh no, the triple 1 striking again. 78, doing very well to find that final dart in the trip 19 segment. 78 scored there for Ron. So he's in out territory, but a lot to do and a lot of work to be done if he wants to try and have a chance at a 144. Will Tom even give him the chance? Just low on that tops grab. Even the dart is aimed downward. Really tried to force that through, but Ron, a big opportunity to go up here. Finds the first, needs another. No, the second won't go. 64 left, gonna have to put it between the 8 and the 16. Only finds that single. What an opportunity that would have been if he had found that second dart. Tom, 3 darts at 210s. Wow, looks like he busted. Bit of a blocker there from the camera, but that dart did find its way into the double 15. So Ron, these are the types of outs that have to go. No excuse for missing at this level. 2 darts at double 16. And he finds it. Easy take. Ron showing us how it's done. And those, again, are the types of outs that under pressure you have no excuse to hit. Ron taking full advantage of that. And all of a sudden, the dynamic shifts a little bit. The smile on Tom's face disappears. And we have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. But Ron has to finish the deal. Seal it. Seal the deal if he wants to go all the way to a deciding set. And that is a great start. Does very well to find that switch. 1-3-4 punched in. Ron not messing about, off to a flyer. Tom forced to respond, but the pressure might be cracking his foundations. Looks like a triple 20 there. And a 1-2-3 in response. Bombs away, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are blowing up the board. Ron unlucky on that second one. Does very well to find that third and that correction. Solid visit. All of a sudden, the pace of this game has picked up quite a little bit. No more talking. No more banter. Only focus. Only good darts. And are we going to see another 180 from Tom? We are indeed. Wow. Clutch 180 visit. Solid darts. Right when he needed it to develop some distance. And Ron is just laughing, knowing, yep, that's the Tom that we know. That's the Tom that we're having to play against every week. And again, another great third dart saver. But Tom, pressure down the board and eyeing up this 1-3-8. Going to the 18s. Oh my goodness. Are we going to see it? No, we weren't going to see the 1-3-8 take. 24 left and he can't grab it. 126 points punched in. Ron, 191, no out. Might stay there. He's going to have to go down to the 17s. If he wants to leave himself double 10, he would go downstairs. Choosing to go to the 13s, that might be the right way to go about it. Leaving himself 58. Tom, again, a little bit of an awkward ask here. 12, not an easy double. Who am I kidding? It's Tom Curtin. Every double is easy for him. Big visit there. Solid performance from Tom right when he needed it. Ron did not play a bad game there at all, but he's going to have the advantage here in this deciding leg of this second set. Needs to keep it together, needs to keep him straight. And again, electing to go for that 18 switch. The flights were blocking the triple 20 bed. No triple found, though. Unlucky there. And Tom would love to have another start or another leg that he did. He had last leg. Looks like only 85. That's third one going just high. Might be incorrect. 70 scored, so 2 in the 5 segment. A let-off for Ron, and a big visit here would take a lot of pressure off his shoulders. Can only find the 100. That'll do for now. It's serviceable. It's workable. Tom firing back. His eyes lighting up with excitement when he finds that first. He has the line. The second one wouldn't go, but the third one does. 1-2-1. Leapfrogging Ron's score, and Ron, poor first, but a great second. How will this develop and play out? Needs another. And he finds the other. Wow. 123 points fired in by Ron Sargent. And this is a race down to the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic league of darts this is developing into. Even my voice can't keep up with these guys. And a huge let-off for Ron there. Only 43 punched in. Another will do nicely. Oh, unlucky third there. 81. Not the dart that Ron would have wanted to fire in. 139 is a very, very awkward high out. Solid 95, but it's not going to be enough to really put him within outdistance at all. And 139, which way is he going to go? Starting off on the 19s might have been the way to go there. That might have been well, certainly was a poor dart. Does very well to find that correction. So 59 scored is going to leave him 80. Chooses to stay there. Again, some decisions being made on the game board here. Knocking himself down to 62, so Ron with a huge opportunity to take this set, and Tom is going to have to fire away. A 140 will leave himself double 16, and he finds it again. Pressure right back on Ron. He knows that this has to go. One more 15 to leave himself 32. Which way is he going to go about it? Choosing to go for tops instead. One dart. No, it won't go. And are we seeing the end of Ron Sargent's run here in week 5? Tom Curtin, 3 darts at double 16. A little bit of banter. He might be eating those words in a second if he can't find it. He needs to pin it. Just inside, has to go upstairs. Outside. And he can't find it, too, in the backyard. All that talking might have been for nothing, Tom. You can't talk until the match is done and dusted. And Ron, 3 darts at tops. A wild one to start. And he finds it with the second run. Is taking us all the way to a tiebreaker set. We are going all the way, folks. Tom might have been misplaced there to talk to Ron. Discuss theory before the leg was finished. And again, some creaks, some cracks. The Dreamboat weathering the storm here. He's had to weather quite a bit on these waters. But Tom will have the advantage in this tiebreaker set. So Ron will have to break if he wants a hope of taking this night at all. And only a 58 fired in from Tom Curtin. Big opportunity for Ron to get away running, and that's a great first start. And a solid 140 start. Big darts from Ron Sargent. That's exactly the type of start that he would have wanted after winning that clutch leg. And oh no, the smile from Tom is starting to disappear. The frustration might be setting in. He knew that he had Ron dead to rights. The mental fortitude might be showing some signs of strain, and Ron firing in another big score, 85. Tom well behind at 403, but he's going to focus up quickly, and he might be firing in another 180. Only a 140, but that's still a massive visit. He needed that. And he leapfrogs Ron's score just by a little bit. Ron just needs to keep on drilling, and that's not going to do. Finding an immovable object in that single one. Tom, frustration, saying, come on, as he hits that one. 81 punched in, so he is starting to build up some distance. Ron, again, he is trying to break Tom here in this leg. Tom has all the responsibility defending his throw. Another trip 19 or a trip in general will do nicely, but 99 found. 97, sorry, excuse me. Caster math, blame me. Tom will have to find something here. We're starting to see something that we haven't seen from Tom very often, and that's frustration. Most finals nights and most matches, he cruises his way to victory, but this might be something new, folks. 78 scored. Leave himself 60, I believe. Again, trying to work out the math himself. Tom sitting at 141. So a tough take from Tom. Waiting for him if Ron, well, allows him to come to the line. He might be just delaying. Maybe a little bit of gamesmanship. A couple of chuckles. 98 punched in, so we are going to see 40 left for Ron Sargent. A break out of the gate here would be massive. And Tom might need to take this right here, right now. There's the first part. 81 left. There's the second part. Oh, he can't find the double 12. No sensors here. Sorry for that middle finger, folks, and the kids watching at home. Tom not able to find it. Ron getting a little bit of a laugh there. Might be getting a rise out of Tom. Again, it's all in good fun here. As fierce as the competition can be, at the end of the day, these guys are still all very good buddies, but wow, what a take that would have been if Tom was able to find it. But Ron needs to find it himself. 3 darts at double 20. Can't afford to miss. Going downstairs, 2 10s. And he finds it. A cruel, cruel third dart for Tom Curtin. Most likely wincing as that dart finds its way in, and out of nowhere, Ron finding the game that he's always had, breaking Tom right out of the gate here in this deciding tiebreaker set. But now the onus is right on him to defend. And what a defense he might be mounting here. 100 punched in. Definitely the start that he would have wanted, and Tom has to follow. What a first start that is. There's 2. And a big 180 visit from Tom Curtin. Wow. Awesome, awesome darts. Awesome scoring power. And that might have rattled the cage of Ron Sargent. Only 41. And out of nowhere, Tom, well, not out of nowhere. He's had this game in him, but letting it slip, letting it slide. But he has found it, and he is wanting to cash in. Are we going to see a 9-darter? No 9-darter opportunity or chance. He was 5 darts in, but the 6th dart failed him. How crazy would that would have been? And no 180 for Ron. Big scores galore here from both guys, putting in excellent, excellent performances. But Tom, not able to find the 6 dart and the 9 dart combo. A bit of an awkward 41 there. So Ron, if he scores like the way he has been these past couple of visits, put some pressure on Tom. Needs more. Oh, he laughs because he knows how weird that was. And he tries to go downstairs to correct it with a trip 19, but can't find it. Tom doing well to not be too distracted by Ron's antics. 140, a lot of work to do, has to focus up. They might be doing a math check. I don't know if Ron punched in the right score. Again, we don't have a scorekeeper here at the Worcester Premier League. Nope, looks like it's correct. The guys have figured it out. Tom working with 140. No out here, but would love another single 20. Does very well to find 100 to leave himself tops after 4 visits. That's great stuff. And Ron, 136. How fantastic would this be? 116 remaining, so no out. And that 5 is just going to throw a stick of dynamite into that mine. Blow up any gold that he might have been searching for. And that's just salt on that wound. That third dart finding its way into the trip 3. Nothing coming easy here. It might be an immediate break back from Tom Curtin. And it is. First dart, clinical take, and we have 2 back-to-back breaks. Nobody's been able to defend their throw. If the guys continue to break, this will be Ron's set. Nothing to worry about, but darts is never that easy. Tom doing very well to get this set back on throw. But again, the responsibility falls back on him to defend, not let Ron run wild with offense. Only 95. Ron needs to find a triple. Does very well with that trip 18 switch. Not as big as a visit that he would have hoped for, but still good points on the board. And sometimes good points is better than no points at all. Sometimes you can just score great points like Tom Curtin with the 140 there. Solid visit. Ron looking to fire back, but not finding much of anything at all. Only a 45, and that just might be, well, sweep of the leg that Tom is going to try and capitalize on. Looks like 135, might not be, maybe 95. It is another 95. His point's right there on the wire. And Ron needs to find a big score now, and this is not what he is looking for. Frustration setting in for Ron. He had the momentum, and it might just be slipping away. "21 scored. 26, the very rare breakfast. It is 9:38 at night, Tom. Now is not the time for bacon and eggs. Ron trying to find anything. Does well to find that 100 there, but he might be just a little too far back. Dropping his score down to 232. Tom can't afford another poor visit. We'll get off to a good start looking at trip 15. Won't go. Trying to find that trip 10. Just immediate step up, but can't find that either. But again, no pressure on Tom. Ron still sitting all the way back at 232. The 180 here would be very interesting indeed. Oh, come on, Ron. And he finds it, the big 180. Solid visit, solid darts. And out of nowhere, a question to be asked of Tom. Can you take it out in 2? Some doubt. No doubt at all for Tom Curtin escaping that one. Ron launching a surprise attack out of nowhere, but Tom does very well to hold his throw. And just, if you can read Ron's lips, he knew what an opportunity he had created for himself with that 180 and how much it hurts to let that one slip. Might be taking a little bit of a breather, letting the adrenaline run down. We are going, well, I hope that we can go all the way. Ron, please defend your throw here. Let's get to our last leg showdown. That would be great. Only 43. Ron, the smile might be wiped clean if he continues to put in darts like that. Tom, eager to chomp at this opportunity. Only a 1. Only a 4. 24 fired in. Sometimes you can't even afford breakfast, and that's okay. Things are getting more expensive day by day. Are we going to see another 180? We are not, but a 140 will do just nicely for Ron. And again, Ron has to defend. Tom has to go on attack here, has to go on offense, looking for another. Only 100, the frustration, the wave of the arm. He knows what that could have been. Ron needs to keep on running. Looking for more. Finds it. Another would do lovely. There's the 180. Solid visit. Big 180 from Ron Sargent, and he is at and out after 3 visits, 138 remaining. Tom nowhere in sight. Looks like that third one just managed to squeak its way into that trip 20 bet. It is. So Ron, working with 138, needs to find something. Can't afford to let Tom creep back into this game. 100 left. And he won't find the triple, so he will be looking at 80 after this next visit from Tom. Tom, a 180 here will be a twist of fate, a reversal of fate. Won't find it, but a 140 will leave himself 154, so a tough take. Ron needs to take this out now. We'll be looking at another single 20. One dart at tops. Oh, just high. Ron can't quite believe that either. He felt that he had that. And Tom, can he find it? He will not. And that is just not the third that anyone is looking for. And Ron, 3 more darts at tops. And he pins it with the first. We are going all the way on week 5. Are we going to see Tom Curtin get usurped by the challenger, Ron Sargent? The dreamboat just might be coming to shore. In just a few moments, we will see who's going to take this night. It's all coming down to this last leg. And a bit of a savior with that third there, 83. Looking at a frightening start there from Tom, but Ron continuing to drill. Awkward second, needs to correct. Awkward third, only 66, so advantage back into Tom. This is Tom's throw. Finds it. Stays there. Huge 180 from Tom Curtin. Massive visit. And wow. Ron under so much pressure in that one. Oh no, it's all falling apart for Ron. Only 41. He knows it might be curtain call for Mr. Sargent. USS Tom Curtin is looking to blow up the dreamboat. An absolute howitzer of a dart arm. Again, upset at the 83 there, but leaving himself 155 after 3 visits. Ron Sargent nowhere in sight. The only way that Tom can lose this is if he lets himself down, but he's just not that type of guy. He won't take it out here, but will do very well to set up. And some bumps in the road here. Frustration. Well clear of his opponent, but a big 180, and Tom is not wanting to gamble with that. Finds that trip 18. A 180 is the only thing that'll do for Ron. He has to find it. Again, more banter. It might just be nerves. Ron knows how big of a visit that this is. A 140 will not do here. Looks like they're discussing something. Maybe the politics of the world. Maybe what they had for dinner. Maybe their favorite beer. Or maybe they're just talking about darts like they do 7 days out of the week. Never get enough of that dart stuff. So again, a 140 here would leave Ron 194. But a 180, that would leave him 154. So again, he needs the 180 here to leave himself a very, very, very far outside chance. And that chance just evaporates into mist. Another trip 19 won't even bring him down to an out. So Tom is going to have at least 6 darts at 80. Has to take advantage. Tried to go double-double, the smug way to go about it, but can't find it, sails it well clear. Sometimes it's not smug to do that, though, because if you hit the double, hey, you just hit another one. If you go low, hey, that's fine, too. The worst thing that you can do is go high. Then you have to go double-double. But again, is it the right thing to do? The stylish way out, but Ron not putting any pressure, and Tom going low. Are we going to see him round the houses again? Going to double 5, taking a breath. Some nerves there. And choosing instead to bust. An interesting decision. He knows that potentially leaving himself 5 would be devastating, but Ron trying to grasp for oxygen as his boat is sinking into the ocean here. Only 12 scored again. Looking up from the bottom of the ocean going, I put the life preservers on my boat, but I'm at the bottom of the ocean right now. Please help. And Tom clinches it just like that. We went all the way, but Tom finds another win. What a match between those two. What a game that Ron Sargent fired in. 78.07 average, and Tom barely squeaking away with that one at 81.69. Tom showing that he is still the reigning champ here at the WPL, but that he is capable of being beaten, at least being pushed all the way to the very edge, and Ron will be disappointed to let himself down his performance in that last leg after putting in such an excellent performance all the way through. But sometimes it just comes down to a couple darts, and just like that, another week is going to be in the WPL history books. We are going to move away from these guys as they continue to throw. And the game is over, so they're probably just shooting for fun. A 180 for funsies fired in by Tom Curtin. Awesome stuff. And just like that, our Week 4 champion graduates to our Week 5 champion, taking out in the quarterfinals Joe Ricard, 2-0, taking out Mike Carignan in the semifinals, 2-1, and barely surviving a barrage by Ron Sargent, taking him out 2-1 in the finals. What an absolute wonderful night of darts that we've been able to experience today. Tom proving that he is still the man to beat, racking up another 5 points. Added to his 18, so that'll bring him up to 23 points total. We'll have an updated table for you on Facebook, probably later tonight. But with that, we are going to head out for the night. It has been an absolute pleasure casting for all of you that tuned in live. Again, we are getting some things worked out here, and one of the things that we do have available to us at the WPL is the Marty Party Cam, as you can see. Well, this side, right there. It says right here, Marty Party Cam. From all of us at the WPL, thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you back for Week 6 in just a week's time. And, yeah, what an absolute wonderful night. I'm almost completely exhausted from the excitement of that last game, but I hope that everyone who tuned in has a wonderful night. We'll see you all very soon. Thank you.